Good evening, everyone. This is the City Council work meeting. Today is July the 7th, 2025. The time is 6:30 p.m. This meeting has been duly advertised in the city newspaper in conformance with the Open Public Meetings Act, otherwise known as the Sunshine Law. Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Familar,
Here.
Pomona,
Here.
Barclay,
Present.
Oglesby,
Present.
Bettis,
Here.
Swepson, Thomas,
Present.
6 and 10.
For the record, Ms. Swepson will not be here due to her illness. May I have approval of previous minutes?
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Madam Clerk, agenda review?
Agenda review is resolution 129, authorizing the municipal budget to be read by title only at the public hearing.
Any questions, council? Seeing none?
Next regular session, we will have the public hearing for the 2025 municipal budget.
Any questions, council? Seeing none?
Resolution 130, amending the 2025 budget.
Any questions, council? Seeing none?
Resolution 131, adopted the 2025 municipal budget and authorizing the amount of $39,684,167.05 for municipal purposes for the city.
We tabling this one?
Per the CFO, this item would have to be tabled. I think I've already called each and last one of you all regarding why it would be tabled. It would be tabled because we are actually amending the budget, which is resolution 130. Therefore, there will be a new public hearing set and scheduled, and resolution 31 will be presented at our next July 21st meeting for adoption.
Any questions, council? Thank you for that explanation. Madam Clerk.
July
21st, or is
I think it's 16.
16th.
Oh, 16th, thank you. Somebody better get it right. I can't remember. So it is the 16th, thank you. You didn't start not talking about it. This is 16th.
That public
Everyone
hearing,
got scared, didn't they?
that public hearing would just be on the amendment.
On the minute, yes,
That public hearing.
yes.
Thank you. Christine, Madam Clerk.
Ordinance number 15, first reading, amending the code to provide the tax abatement for residential projects to be developed at the corner of Route 9 and Brighton Avenue and Wellington Avenue, being shown as lots 1 and 14 and block 382 as a non-contamination area in need of redevelopment in accordance with NJSA 40A:21-1.
Any questions, council? Seeing none?
Resolution 131, endorsing the urban enterprise zone fiscal year 2026 administrative budget in the amount of $49,000.
Any questions, council? Seeing none?
Resolution 133, endorsing the urban enterprise zone assistance fund project entitled Franklin Boulevard Paving Project for the public improvements of the UEZ in the amount of $1,608,700.00.
Any questions, council?
Question.
Councilman.
Does this include the stop sign? Just speed.
No stop sign with the grant, you mean the four-way stop?
Yeah.
Then with the grant. This is for the paving.
So,
This is for the paving of the
so
street.
that's for the pavement, but we don't have the stop sign?
Well, I think they're ordered. Kyrene said they were ordered.
So this is just for payment.
Okay.
This is a, excuse me, this is a total different project here. Sorry. This was actually a last minute project that we had to fund for the, we identified as the board for the repairs. It was monies that had to be used before next month.
Okay, thank you.
For this one?
So
Okay, okay, okay. Right, Madam Clerk.
Okay. Resolution 134, authorizing the tax collector to issue estimated tax bill for the third quarter installments of 2025 taxes.
Any questions, council? Seeing none?
Resolution 135, authorizing the shared services agreement between the Atlantic County Improvement Authority and the city for project management services for 121 West Park Avenue.
Any questions, council? Mr. Bean, can you elaborate on this, please?
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Can you explain your explanation on resolution 135?
Sure. So, the ACIA, is the body that is, affording us the grant. They're actually handling the grant through CDBG. We're entering into a shared service agreement with them in order to facilitate the, building of the 121 Park Avenue, for the, senior
Emergency.
and emergency service / emergency service, building. Shelter, sorry. The property itself, the project itself has to be completed, by next year this time. I think, Mayor and I was advised, June of next year. Is that, yeah. That has to be done by June of next year, and the quickest, easiest way to get that done is to let ACIA, facilitate the, complete details.
Thank you.
Madam Clerk. Resolution 136, authorizing the assignment of municipal lien certificate to Swan Medina Pass for 44 Cambria Avenue.
Any questions, council? Seeing none?
Resolution 137, approving the renewal of preliminary retail consumption liquor licenses for the 2025 to 2026 term.
Any questions, council? Seeing?
Yeah.
Go ahead,
I
council.
thought we approved that. Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, that was the place to place. Now this is the renewal.
Oh,
But you
okay.
did renew some last week in the meeting before that. I mean, the past 2 meetings.
I remember that because background,
Yes.
I remember that especially. But I thought that was before July 1.
Yes, yeah, they renewed
Okay.
late, so therefore this is late.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Proceed.
Resolution 138, providing for budget insertions into the 2025 budget. This item will also be tabled due to the fact that we're not adopting the budget tonight.
Table to the 16th.
Yeah. Resolution 139, authorizing to pay Atlantic County Utility Authority, ACUA, $412,982.43 over 2 budget years, budget 2025 and budget 2026.
Any questions, council?
Yeah. So, I gather that, let's see.
Ms. King, can you come to the podium?
So I got over the 2 budget years, so that means like approximately 200-some thousand miles this year and 200. So we made a deal with the ACUA.
Yes, and they are helping us with that.
Like,
You're welcome.
Open us with our budget.
Yes. Yeah,
Go ahead, council.
Interest rate.
Okay.
I didn't do the calculation, that's one of those, what they call those
It's a
schedules.
very good question.
Amortization schedule, so I can do that with math. What's the rate?
The rate that they, that the ACUA quoted us is 3.75%, which is nothing over, that they're losing interest.
I understand. I think that's fair under the circumstances.
Right.
That's all. Thank you.
Anyone else? Thank you, King.
You're welcome.
Madam Clerk?
Resolution 140, authorizing the performance contract and rider for Melville Moore.
Any questions, council? Seeing none?
Next is review of the bill list.
Okay. Okay, folks, we have, um, we have the actual bill list. These are items to be paid. And, if we look, it's about 18 pages, but a lot of these bills on this bill list are smaller bills, so, if you turn to page 2 of the bill list, we are looking to pay Create 48 LLC, that's for the completion of the mural by the bus terminal, that's $13,500, and that's funded through the New Jersey Preservation grant. We're paying on that same page, 3 vendors down. We're looking to pay Atlantic County Treasurer for fuel, that's $9,206.50. If you go to page 3, from the bottom up, this the second vendor on their CW Sales Corp. $5,840, and this is for pump station maintenance. Page 4, our shared service fee with the Atlantic City Municipal Court is $17,000. Okay, if you go to page 7, excuse me?
What page is that?
Page 7. You have a vendor in the middle of the page, fire and safety services. And that's for the fire department, that's for maintenance of their equipment and their fire engine. You have a payment of $3,856.94. Next page is okay, we're looking at page 10. From the bottom up, the second vendor, Junior's Mechanical Service. That is plumbing repairs to the recreation building, buildings and grounds. That is $2,593.86. Page 11. Lafayette Utility, and that's for sinkhole on MLK, $11,689. Municipal, I'm sorry, page 14.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, for, PD body armor,
Okay, need something what we did,
11.
11.
It says $10,301.92. Is this for one vest?
No, it's for, I would like to say that they're close to $1,000 per bus. And that's coming out of the body armor.
It says one vest, that's right.
Yes.
Yes.
It says one vest and then I see a name.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's coming out of body armor funds, vests. Sometimes when I do the POs, I just put in the bulk amount instead of putting the price per unit, and then it'll calculate it that way. But it's for a list of police officers.
Okay,
Mhm.
thank you.
Man, just have some questions.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So I'm just curious, is this coming from forfeiture funds?
No. No.
That's what, but sometimes it comes out of forfeiture.
No, not this time, or at least not the distribution, but where that they talked about the driveway for,
The bike path?
Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. They did the repair today.
Yeah, you read the information, that's when you left and came back.
yes, you're correct, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But I think you already explained it to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about, like, it was a change order because they had to go back and rip up something. And when they went back and ripped it up and replaced it, I asked, was there an amount of the actual, like concrete, was there a change in that amount of money? Did the price go up in that? What was the reason for the change?
But you can,
Can we pull this?
Well,
See
the,
if we have
it was,
information?
If I,
go
if I
ahead.
may, just up, the driveway was uneven, so what happened was they did the driveway, they did their job, but then cement's different cement, so it's settled. So I thought the trip has it. So that's,
Oh, this is something different.
Okay.
They're doing today with the bike path.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
down
so-
in
This is
the-
$25,000 for a driveway?
no.
No, it's for
No.
the street.
This is final payment.
Is this the Marion Avenue?
No.
No, this is down too far.
Yes.
Well, why don't we have the bill if they're working on it today?
No, that, what he's talking, the bike path is different from this. This is Downey Road and West Park Avenue. And at the last meeting, I actually went out and got the change order and explained what it was for. There was a reduction in traffic control, and there was an increase onto this, I would like to say the street, but the increase happened due to, there was something with the paving, I believe it had to do with inches and materials.
you may have to go back.
You know, Madam President,
Yes.
there was a resolution that passed
That
at
passed
the last
last
agenda.
Correct.
Yes,
There, now it's just on the bill list for payment.
for payment, correct.
$25,000 is $25,000, and that's a lot for whatever you're trying to say is.
Did the engineer inspect the work?
Yes, they have to approve those change orders before it comes to council.
Yeah, but they approved the change orders. Did they approve the work?
They approved it, absolutely.
Did they go out and check to make sure? Because
That,
if you're saying it collapsed, it stunk, as a concrete person, you should know how to not allow that to happen. You should either have rebar, you should have something in there that fills it up, or make the concrete thicker so that it doesn't do that. Now we're paying $25,000
No,
for a
this is for
mistake
something
that they made.
different. I believe this is for something different. This isn't for the mistake. Because it says final with charge, with change order.
Resolution
Right.
122.
So what was the
What
change?
is it, resolution one
It says here,
twenty-two?
resolution 122 2025. This is when you asked Virginia to exit out and she came back at the last meeting and listed all the items of the punch list that the engineers provided that the change order was from or for. This is what we did last meeting. Now it's hit the bill list because you approved it last meeting.
I'm still asking the same questions and not
So
getting the
my
answers that I asked 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but you
So
know,
go ahead,
go
let it
again. And
Let it go.
provide it to them.
I mean, you can just provide it or call councilwoman, tomorrow.
sure.
It doesn't do any good to call me tomorrow because it's gonna be approved tonight and $25,000 to be paid. So stay here 10 cents as a phone call.
No, but it was already explained.
It wasn't explained, because I'm asking the same question
The
2
reason
weeks
why I'm
later.
saying this, it was
And
explained.
nobody here exactly knows what it was for. Do you know what the change order was for? Where it actually went?
Listen, the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is because it was explained last meeting, and I believe all of us voted for it.
No, not all.
Okay, so you didn't vote on it,
No.
so I don't know. All right.
Go ahead. That's fine, thank you.
Oh, okay.
I got my
It was
answers.
approved. Oh, you. Go ahead.
Okay. So page 14. Municipal maintenance, pumping station maintenance, this is $10,644.56. If we go to page 15, middle of the page, Foley Inc. And this is to start up of the generator, that was $22,881.04. And that's what I have. Our total bill list is $166,939.18.
Any Council, anyone have any questions? Go ahead, Council.
On page 4, the city of Atlanta said 17,000 miles. What I'd like to know is, do we have accountability on how much money is coming to us from this court system?
They
So
do
it's like
send
we
us,
just gonna prove and paying them, but what's coming back?
what's coming back, they do send us a payment, and I can get a copy of the payment and show you the breakdown. But we do get money from the city of Atlantic City. I can circulate that.
I think council, the entire council should get that.
Sure.
That shows what's going on with our court system, with the tickets and all that, and that generates money for the city. Hopefully you can see that. Thank you.
Yeah,
Sure, you're welcome.
go ahead, Councilman.
No. That's not maybe.
Oh, okay. So is that it on the bill list?
Yes.
How often do they send these
I believe they come in monthly.
reports? And then you should do,
We just, we do put it into our system.
but I mean, how often do you share it?
I'm sorry?
Do you share it? How often do you share it?
You wanna,
Do you share it with us as they come in?
if I share the receipts when they come in?
No, the payments that we get, how often do you share it with us?
I've never on a revenue report since I've been here, never shared any of the revenues.
Councilman has a question.
Can we get a copy of the agreement, and also, the, the contract with the Atlantic City for the court system, and also the date of the expiration.
It's coming.
When it's coming up?
No, I'm saying it's in the contract.
Okay. We need to get some type of assessment of how this has worked for us. One of the concerns I had when we did this was that, just from the standpoint of business, you never give up a revenue source. Same issue with the sewer system. it's a revenue source. That's what you control without pressure. Revenue source, the court system is revenue source. I know that some of our folk don't think they think they do good at writing tickets. I come from that culture. But that's a revenue source. I think we have to look at that. Since the contract is coming. That's all.
Can we have
So that's an assessment of what we're paying versus what we getting back.
Can we have a finance meeting coming up on the 14th? So can you just make sure that we get it before that, please?
Madam President, I'm not gonna find this, but I'd like to get a copy of that too.
Oh, you said for everyone.
Okay.
So, it will be sent, like you said.
I'll send you all a copy of that.
Thank you. Anything else, Madam CFO?
Yeah,
Thank you, Kenny.
well, thank you all.
Council, open discussions, anyone have anything?
So,
All right, may I have a motion to close the work session?
Second.
All in favor? Good evening, everyone. This is the city council meeting. Today is July the 7th, 2025, and the time is 6:57. This meeting has been duly advertised in the city newspaper in conformance with the Open Public Meetings Act, otherwise known as the Sunshine Law. Please stand for invocation and pledge allegiance.
Our Father, who is in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Congratulations
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Anybody would like to sign for the public portion?
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Fablelaro?
Here.
Pomona?
Present.
Barclay?
Present.
Oglesby? Bettis?
Present.
Swetson? Thomas?
Present.
6 and 10.
May I have a motion to dispense previous minutes?
I'll move.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Mayor, any commendations?
No,
Proclamations, presentation. Thank you. Next we have public portion. We have Alexander Mendoza.
Good afternoon, Pleasantville City Council. My name is Alexander Mendoza. I'm the new community organizer for Pueblo Unido. The Pueblo Unido is a grassroots nonprofit organization that has been advocating for the justice, respect, and dignity of the Latino immigrant community since 2019. I began my journey with Pueblo Unido as a legal service intern this past spring. In my new role, I'm leading several initiatives, including a project called Estudiantes Unidos, which is Students United in English, a coalition of 7 Latino organizations from Stockton University and 1 from Atlantic Cape Community College. Together, we're working to promote civic engagement among our youth. I'm also in charge of a rapid response program where we analyze and verify ICE sightings. Our program has confirmed ICE activity in Atlantic City and Pleasantville. We continue to keep an eye out for our community, ensure that they receive reliable information. We also keep track of ICE activity patterns, as now ICE is conducting targeted arrests. But once ICE starts conducting public raids, that's when our communities will be endangered. But until that day arrives, we will continue to build a rapid response program. Another important initiative we'll be supporting is our municipal watchdog program. Through this program, we'll be closely following both Atlantic City and Pleasantville city council meetings as well as Board of Education meetings in both municipalities. Our goal is to monitor for any proposed resolutions or actions that can negatively impact the Latino community or the broader welfare of our residents. You'll be seeing me here at every council meeting, and when there are issues or resolutions that can harm our residents, you'll see our community as well, and we'll be posting on social media so they can stay informed as well. But for now, we're here to listen on behalf of those who are working, caring for their families, or otherwise unable to be here for themselves. Our work is to ensure our community is informed and engaged. We're also looking to build bridges and collaborate with the city of Pleasantville to better serve our shared community. That's why we reach out to Mayor Ward via personal email account, since unfortunately Pleasantville's email system currently blocks communications from organizations. At the last council meeting, we were informed that if we were copied the city clerk, our emails would be received. We did this and emailed the mayor and city clerk and CC'd them on June 27th. We followed up again on July 2nd, and we have not received a response yet. So today we're respectfully asking that you read our letter and that you allow Bobo Nito's official email to be unblocked so we can communicate directly and officially with our city's officials moving forward. Thank you for your time and for your service for the residents of Pleasantville. Thank you.
Did anyone get it?
We have copies.
You can give them to the clerk, please.
Thank you. All right, may I have a motion to close public portion?
Motion.
All in favor?
And clerk. Resolution 129, authorizing the fiscal budget to be read by title only at the public hearing.
Excellent.
Sorry.
May I have a motion for resolution 129? May I have a second? Roll call, please.
Familar,
Yes.
Pomona,
Yes.
Barclay,
Yes.
Oglesby,
Yes.
Bettis,
Yes.
Thomas.
Yes.
Resolution approved. Next, we have the public hearing of the 2025 municipal budget.
Public hearing, anyone, Kenyon? No, resolution 131.
Okay, yeah, this is the public hearing for the budget that was introduced on June 2nd.
Yes.
And the budget, was introduced with the 22 cents increase. And the following resolution, although we're not there, that one is amending that, and it has a reduction of 6 cents overall. The current year 2025 budget does not fund like new opportunities, new programs. We're just catching up with some of the items that were underfunded in prior years, and so that's what the 2025 budget proposes to be at, where those funding levels need to be, and hopefully moving forward, that is the basis for the following year's budget. And one of the items that was decreased from one year to another, from 23 into 24, then we had to make up the difference, was the state health care benefits. We didn't understand and see how that happened. That was a decrease when usually state health benefits increase from one year to another by a substantial amount. Then the other items that increased the budget were items such as contractual salary negotiations for the 3 or 4 unions that the city has. We also put in a new engineering line item that the city did not have before, so we were taking from other line items to pay that. So hopefully that that would correct some of the past billings. And there was also an increase in the police department, and that cost alone was $148,000, but it was a need because they need to upgrade their IT systems or their software in their vehicles, along with the body camera that they wear. That software also had to be updated, and there's cost to that. So that's what is driving the 2025 budget to a 22 cents increase. However, post that, we have, along with council, have brought that down to 6 cents, and that's in the following resolution. And that's where we are with our 2025 budget.
So, can you go into the past bills that were found this year that also drove this
Absolutely.
increase up?
That had to do with software for the body-worn cameras. That was an average of $65,000 a year for 4 years in a row. So that drove the budget. What also increased the budget was, as I had mentioned earlier, the additional $148,000 that is required for the police department vehicles to update their technology in the vehicles. As I had mentioned also before, another item that increased the 2025 budget was healthcare benefits. And for some reason, from 23 to 24, it dropped approximately $350,000, which we had to make up for that shortfall and added into the 2025 budget. So we're looking at approximately like a $1.1 million increases in necessary police department equipment that they needed, and with health benefits in another area, and also Rue was in the recreation department that they had been underfunded in their summer youth program, and also another area that increase was $70,000 that was unexpected for the fire of the dual fuel site. So when you start adding up these $50, $60, $800,000,
And the 400,000 waste and what?
I'm sorry?
The
Oh,
400,000.
yes. Yes, the $412,000 in ACUA bills, that also drove the cost as to the 22 cents. And one of the resolutions in the packet today does say that the ACUA is working.
That we're not there. We're just in a hearing
Got it.
right now.
Okay, so that's where we are, and that's where the 22 cents is coming from. But there is an amendment to that, which is a reduction.
How did you make the 6 cent deduction? How'd you go from 22 to 60?
After the budget was introduced through committee meetings, council members had the opportunity to look at the budget and state, can we cut back in this area? Can we cut back in that area?
So let me say this, because I think that because we're in the middle of a hearing and there's an amendment that comes subsequent to this, that her discussion should focus on the budget overall, and then the amendment can be discussed separately, because this is an opportunity also for the public to be heard or ask any questions if they want. So her presentation is really on the budget that was introduced already. And then the amendment will come after that if this body votes for that.
Understood.
For the public.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to add?
No, pretty much, everything is there. One of the successes for the city last year that made this possible without the increase of that revenue, it could have been worse. And that was the reassignment of municipal tax liens. And that was revenue that came into the city in 2024. And that was $1.3 million. And that's a one-time, and that one-time 1.3 is how we're able to kind of offset those increases into the 2025 budget.
Anything else? All right. Anyone from the public would like to speak in reference to the municipal budget? Seeing no one, may I have a motion to close the public hearing?
Second.
All in favor? King, I just have one ask. When the next meeting, July the 16th, can we just have like, a better presentation? Is it any way that we can like see something on the screen or?
Sure. As a matter of fact, yes, you can.
PowerPoint
I
or
did
some
not.
sort?
Yes, I did not. I actually had something prepared, but because there were some amendments, I had to take those amendments and add it to my presentation. And we can do that on the 16th.
Okay.
So I did have a presentation. It's just the amendment part wasn't there.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
So may I have a motion for resolution 130?
No, one second. Did you close the public session?
Yes.
Public hearing?
Yes.
You gotta vote on it?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
So then I'll read it out. Resolution 130 amended the 2025 budget.
May I have a motion?
I'll move.
May I have a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Discussion.
Oh, discussion? Roll call? No question.
Familar,
No.
Camona,
Yes.
Barclay,
Yes.
Oglesby.
Yes.
Baptist,
Yes.
Thomas.
Yes.
Resolution approved. Resolution 131 adopted the 2025 municipal budget and authorizing the amount of $39,684,167.05 for municipal purposes for the city has been tabled to the special meeting scheduled for July 16th at 6:15. Ordinance number 11, first reading, amending the code to provide for tax abatement for a residential project to be developed at the corner of Route 9 and Brighton Avenue and Wellington Avenue, being shown as lots 1 and 14 and block 382 as a non-condemnation area in need of redevelopment in accordance with NJSA 48:21-1.
May I have a motion? May I have a second?
Second.
Roll call?
I've got a question. This, number 5, this tax abatement came at the perfect time right underneath number 4. We're raising the taxes up on city property owners by 16 cents if the amendment goes through. We're giving a tax abatement for 40 townhouses that would generate, in the 5 years that they get a tax abatement, of $1,250,000. Think about that, because now we just raised taxes on property owners and giving a tax abatement for a builder so he can sell his townhouses. That's all I got.
If I'm not mistaken, Mr. Lawrence, that abatement goes towards the owner's, right?
So, yeah, the abatement itself doesn't go to the,
No,
problem.
he gets to sell them and say,
Right.
buy these, you will get a tax abatement. That's a big get
Well,
for that developer.
So the person that buy it doesn't have the tax abatement, it's the person that's developing it gets the tax abatement.
There you go, okay.
Right, I asked the.
There we go.
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
same.
It's still lost revenue, no matter what anybody says.
Well, the thing with tax abatements is, it kind of washes because you get the money, the city gets to keep it. It doesn't have to split with the county, it doesn't have to split with the school board. You get to actually keep the money in-house and use the money as you need to. Right around that third, fourth, fifth year, depending on how long the tax abatement is for, you're actually ahead of the game because it becomes all your money, not money that you have to split.
That would be great in a city that funded their school district at 50 and 60% because that's real money. We fund ours at about 8%. The county, we probably give about 9% to, so that's 17%. There's 83% money that we're not getting. That's real money. So not funding the school district works in an area where they fund the school district out of taxpayer money. We don't do that, but we're very lucky in the city of Pleasantville that we haven't had to do that. But 17% is about the most that you're gonna have to pay out of that. And I'm just saying, you can put 2 and 2 together and try to come up with 4, or you can put 2 and 2 together and come up with 5. But when you're raising property taxes and giving somebody a tax abatement, to me, doesn't work.
So does anyone know how long the property's been vacant?
Doesn't matter.
It matters.
It does matter, and that's what I was gonna ask too. Councilwoman Valero, it's been sitting there empty. We've been trying to develop this for at least 15 or 20 years, since the recreation center has been there at the lake. So what do? Longer than that? Okay.
Well, it doesn't cost you anything to have it sit there, number one.
Say,
Pay property taxes.
Let the mayor finish.
but at this point, we would be getting some taxes on it. Anything that we get is better than what we're doing now.
Tell that to the people you just raised their property taxes
I'm not
16
on that.
cents.
I'm
Right,
not on
I'm
that.
two
I'd
of them,
still rather
because I have
tax
2
money
properties.
again.
It doesn't make any sense. When people are building all over the country and people are building new homes, we have to give out tax abatements to get somebody to come here?
Jolene, we're not the only, Councilwoman, we're not the only community that does that. There's many municipalities that are giving pilots, tax abatements and everything to attract.
Because they get a lot back
So
for
what
it.
do you propose we do with the land?
Well, I would find a developer that doesn't want a rebate, that doesn't want a pilot program or a tax abatement. That's what I would do. I would find people that want to come into town that actually are commercial property owners who pay a greater rate of property taxes and find them.
But that's not our land, correct?
No, it's not.
That's not
It's
our
not.
land, that's not.
Well,
But
that's okay. Go ahead. Hey, you guys are going to vote on it whatever way you want.
Go ahead, Councilman.
I'm totally opposed to this project, and when it was first proposed, I wasn't on council then, but I spoke against it. Because it's putting residential, but first of all, I don't think we have a need for any more of that type of housing in this city. Single family, I'm all for. Townhouses, I'm not. And also the impact on the school board, and I'm totally against putting residential property in place of, or churches, in place of, on where the zoning is for commercial. We need something better than that, dollar stores. And we need to, I think, preserve our attractive property on highways, etc., for commercial development as opposed to residential development. We have plenty of housing projects in this town. And I forget the man's name, owns the property. He's been trying to develop it for at least 30 years, since '97. And I'm opposed to it, and I agree with Councilwoman. I don't see the benefit even with the the abatement pilot. I don't see the benefit.
It's not the same.
I know it's not the same, but I don't like either one of them for our situation here in this town. We need to clean the town up so that people want to come and invest in commercial, high-end or high-return property to give the residential taxpayers some relief. The dollar stores ain't gonna do it. They're pole barns.
Fablelaro,
No.
Camona,
Yes.
Barclay,
Yes.
Oglesby,
Yes.
Bettis,
No.
Thomas.
Yes.
Ordinance moved the second reading is scheduled for July the 21st. Resolution 131, endorsing the urban enterprise zone fiscal year 2026 administrative budget in the amount of $49,000.
May I have a motion?
I move.
May I have a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Fablelaro,
Yes.
Camona,
Yes.
Barclay,
Yes.
Oglesby,
Yes.
Bettis,
Yes.
Thomas.
Yes.
Resolution approved. Resolution 133, endorsing the Urban Enterprise Zone Assistance Fund Project entitled Franklin Boulevard Pavement Project for the public improvement of the UEZ in the amount of $1,608,700.00.
May I have a motion?
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Fablelaro,
Yes.
Camona,
Yes.
Barclay,
Yes.
Oglesby,
Yes.
Bettis,
Yes.
Thomas.
Yes.
Resolution approved. Resolution 134, authorizing the tax collector to issue estimated tax bills for the third quarter installment of 2025 taxes.
May I have a motion?
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Fablelaro,
Yes.
Camona,
Yes.
Barclay,
Yes.
Oglesby,
Yes.
Bettis,
Yes.
Thomas.
Yes.
Resolution approved. Resolution 135, authorizing the shared services agreement between the Atlantic County Improvement Authority and the city for project management services for 121 West Park Avenue.
May I have a motion?
I will move it.
May I have a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Fablelaro,
Yes.
Camona,
Yes.
Barclay,
Yes.
Oglesby,
Yes.
Bettis,
Yes.
Thomas.
Yes.
Resolution approved. Resolution 136, authorizing assignment of municipal lien certificate to Jocelyn Medina Pass for 44 Cambria Avenue.
May I have a motion?
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Fablelaro,
Yes.
Camona,
Yes.
Barclay,
Yes.
Oglesby,
Yes.
Bettis,
Yes.
Thomas.
Yes.
Resolution approved. Resolution 137, approving the renewal of plenary retail consumption liquor licenses for the 2025 to 2026 term.
May I have a motion?
Motion.
May I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call?
Fablelaro,
Yes.
Camona,
Yes.
Barclay,
Yes.
Oglesby,
Yes.
Bettis,
Yes.
Thomas.
Yes.
Resolution approved. Resolution 138, providing for budget insertion into the 2025 budget, which has been tabled and scheduled for the special meeting for July 16th. Next, we have Resolution 139, authorizing to pay Atlantic County Utility Authority in the amount of $412,982.43 over 2 budget years of budget 2025 and budget 2026.
May I have a motion?
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Fablelaro,
Yes.
Camona,
Yes.
Barclay,
Yes.
Oglesby,
Yes.
Bettis,
Yes.
Thomas.
Yes.
Resolution approved. Resolution 140, authorizing the performance contract and rider for Melvin Moore.
May I have a motion?
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Fablelaro,
Yes.
Camona,
Yes.
Barclay,
Yes.
Oglesby,
Yes.
Bettis,
Yes.
Thomas.
Yes.
Resolution approved. Next, we need a motion to approve the bill list.
May I have a motion?
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Fablelaro,
Yes, except to 29429.
29429.
Yes, thank you.
So noted. No. Camona,
Yes.
Barclay,
Yes.
Oglesby,
Yes.
Bettis,
Abstain.
Thomas.
Yes.
Motion approved. Next is comment from mayor and council.
May I have anything?
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming out. I'd first like to thank all the employees and council, administration, everyone for all that you did for opening the park. That was really, really a nice day, the park opening. And I've been over there since then, and residents really, really enjoying it. So I'm really, really happy and proud of that. I want to tell council, city council, thank you for resolution number 135. That means a lot to me. I can't wait for it to get started. And now we can, start moving ahead on it. And, Chief Venegas, the, cadets, that little firefighter cadets, that was really a nice event. And I know they enjoyed it. The parents were excited, they were excited, and congratulations, Steve. I hope we'll continue that.
Thank you, yes. It's gonna be a yearly thing. I appreciate all the help.
And with the budget, we're doing the best that we can for this year, and hopefully, once we start getting rate tables, once we start getting some of the other money, the cannabis money or whatever it is that we have coming in, that we will be able to stabilize things. But it bothers us as much as it bothers the public. Everyone have a good evening.
Thank you. Captain, sorry, Chief, can you come up and talk about your program? The mayor brought it up.
Good evening, everybody. Just want to say thank you to everybody for helping and being a part of our first annual Fire Cadet program. It was definitely a great success. Kids had fun, parents were there. Some of you guys showed up, saw the whole thing play out at the last day. But this is a start, one of our better programs in the fire department to hopefully be a feeder program for residential firefighters in our town. So, you guys have any questions or? Yes.
Have you looked into the firefighters' schools?
We talked about that, but it seems like a lot more commitment than what we did. My concern is being able to commit that much time into that type of program with the personnel that we have. So we thought that this cadet program was a shorter program. We could possibly grow it to, we're hoping up to 24 kids, hopefully next year, and maybe extend it 5 days or even potentially up to 2 weeks. So that's the goal.
Okay.
All right.
Well, Thursday was a really good day in Pleasantville because went to that program. And like even after the kids and the parents ate and the program was done, they were still there.
Yes.
And like every kid there just saw somebody that looked like them on that fire department. And like, I really think we have a shot of getting some of these kids that are interested in it, whether they stay here in Pleasantville or whether they go to California, wherever. But I mean, like I spoke to a couple of the kids that were involved and they were just like thrilled with the whole program. And the parents were there. And we know, we've been on city council, we've been on the school board. We know how hard it is to get parents involved. And those parents were there. And they were enjoying themselves, and they were enjoying being with their kids in that firehouse. So it was a great, great day. You guys did an excellent job. And the fire department that stayed over from their shift to help out, it was just, you deserve a lot of praise for that.
Thank you. It's good. Our goal is to have anybody that goes through the Fire Cadet program be a part of our family. So we encourage the kids to come by to the firehouse, invite us to their events, come by, talk any day. Now that they graduate from our program, now they're part of our department. So that's what we're encouraging.
And I think that's important, Chief, because you go to the schools to recruit,
Yeah.
but then you get them when their minds are already made up or not.
Yep.
And this way,
Yeah,
they'll
this
grow with you.
initiates the
Mhm.
steps. Yeah.
They were enthused.
Okay.
Chief, I want to commend you and your whole department for the program. What I observed, I was quite impressed. I was mostly impressed by the energy that the kids had and doing the exercises and projects. So, good luck, Rose. And also wanted to note, although there's a national movement for inclusiveness, my observation was that group of young people represented the makeup of this community. And that's very, very, thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you guys. Have a good night.
All right, good night. Thanks. Anyone? Oh, Councilman.
Chief, congratulations what you did. I appreciate what you did with our kids. And I also wanna say thank you to Public Works because I seen them out there with the senior citizens. They're helping them out with the wheelchairs. That was very, very nice what they did. I really appreciate that. It touched my heart when I see them doing that. They worked hard in that park. So thank you, Public Works, for what you did. Thank you.
I just want to thank the governing body for the park. It was very much impressive. The performance, the opening, the ceremony, the beauty of it elevates the value of our city. And I want to commend everyone that was involved. Mayor, thank you. Council President, thank you. And for him, he was the star. I'm truly happy people. You did a great job to put it together, and I'm looking forward to us bringing more development to our city, like having a banquet hall one day, to stop leaving here with our programs and taking them out of town. Because every program we have to go to one firehouse in Egg Harbor or Atlantic City, but I'm looking forward to the day that we can approve the construction of a banquet hall in Pleasantville that we can have our event in. So thank you very much, Council. Thank you, Mayor.
That goes to show that teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah, the park is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know, I'm not good at estimating how many people were there. Maybe 500, somewhere in that neighborhood, maybe tops. I mean, more than that, but first of all, I gotta commend the mayor because she's got the inside lead on whoever handles the weather. Because whatever things you have down there in that area, the weather is always in your favor. So kudos to you and whatever you, I don't give out your secret. But that weather the other night on Thursday night was absolutely perfect. The park is gorgeous, the view is gorgeous. We just have to make it a point that we as citizens of Pleasantville police that ourselves and that we take all the pride and energy that we had that night and continue it on to make sure that park stays up in tip-top shape.
One last thing.
With regard to Mr. Carmona's remarks about public safety having to help the senior citizens with public works, with their chairs. We observed several months ago that the pedestrian surfaces were going to be a problem, and it proved to be. A lot of complaints about that. But the DA is already on top of solving the problem. I want the public to know that it appears as though he may have found a solution that is economically feasible, as well as it'll satisfy the DEP concerns about water draining through the surface. And then we can deal with the parking next. But kudos. I want the public to know that it's not perfect, it's beautiful, but we're working on improving it and making sure that we preserve it and maintain it and sustain it.
May I have a motion to adjourn?
Make that
All in favor?